So this afternoon we are at the British Museum. We're going to have a look around all the exhibits here and see a lot of the stuff that we nicked over the years. Brilliant. Here's the entrance to the British Museum. You are? Okay. Wow.
All the pigeons resting on top.
Okay, so this is the ancient Egypt area of the museum. And in front of us is the Rosetta Stone. So why is this important, Ollie? Go on.
Because it had 3 languages on it.
Yeah.
And one of the languages was still spoken by some people.
Yeah. What were those languages? And what did they use it to find out?
How to translate
how to read hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
In the Museum of Antiquities in Egypt, in Cairo, they've got a fake one of these because we nicked this one. We should have the fake one and we should let them have the real one back, to be fair, but... The tomb of Anketh, apparently. The mummy of Anketh was discovered in 1907. It is a mummy. Look, there's a CAT scan of it there. Ollie wouldn't like that sort of a scan. So the Egyptians were really interested in the afterlife and how you would survive in said afterlife, and that's why they were buried, especially the wealthy ones were buried with lots of artifacts like pots and gold and things that could help them in their next life. And what happened was just helped grave robbers. Some more hieroglyphs here. Yeah, this is a sandstone inscribed in muralite script. So these things have come from ancient Iran. So you've got a couple of swords there, and some war helmets, and some stuff from the Persian Empire, some torques. So this is a gold cape. So this is from 1900 to 1600 BCE, this cape. A hoard of gold ornaments. So this stuff here is really ancient. This is from ancient Europe, about 2900 to 700 BCE. There's some stuff for working the land and what they used to feed with, and then here is some axes and daggers from the same sort of period. Some more swords. That looks Persian, that, rather than European, doesn't it? When's it from? A bronze.
Wales.
Bronze shield.
It's from Wales, so it looks,
Wow.
I mean, it does look Celtic. So.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. It is Celtic. Shield was beaten from a single plate of bronze and has a handle at the back.
It's quite thin, isn't it?
Yeah, this type of shield was parade armour only, as it would have been completely useless in combat. Yeah, that wouldn't have defended. Maybe a slash attack, but that would have been about it, wouldn't it? And if the weapon was sharp enough, it would have still gone through, wouldn't it? So this area of the museum is all about ancient Britain and Europe. We've got some more torques here from Celtic Europe and some pots. These are Bronze Age. So this here is a chap called Lindo Man. And he had a fox. He was discovered completely naked except for a fox fur armband. He was 1.73 meters tall and weighed about 64 kilograms. And he was about 25 years old when he died. Sustained many injuries before being placed in the bog. Experts debated the nature and their extent. For example, the twisted sinew around his neck could have been used as a garrote, or it may have just been a necklace. He had blows to the top of the head and back of his head, and a possible stab wound to the neck and a broken neck, which finally killed him. Ooh, poor fella. So this here is a wrought iron frame, which would have been used to. So it's got ox heads on the top of it. You can see, but it would have been used to put a pot for cooking. A Winchester hoard. And so the hoard contains 2 sets of jewellery made of pure gold. Imagine how tempting it must be to, if you find something like this, to want to keep it rather than give it to a museum. I know you get paid for it in some regards from the government, but some more. There's some sheaths for a sword and some actual swords, and a helmet there. Some coins from Iron Age. Roman Britain was the edge of the Roman Empire, the border between England and Hibernia, where Scotland is now for the most part, was the end of the empire. Hadrian's Wall, and I want to say later Trajan's Wall, but I might have made that up. Oh, and here's some examples of some helmets for the Romans. The Romans. And there's some bosses from the middle of the of a shield, and some Roman gladius. Have you found a load of Roman coins, Josh?
Mai visto un museo così velocemente?
That'd be cool to find a Roman coin, wouldn't it? Mildenhall Great Dish. Some Roman mosaic. So this helmet here is a replica of the Sutton Hoo helmet, which is what it would have looked like in all its glory. Now, it doesn't look particularly useful in battle. Yeah. This here is the actual Sutton Hoo helmet, what it looks like now. So it's just one of 4 complete helmets to survive from Anglo-Saxon England, and has been painstakingly reconstructed from it because it was shattered when it was found at Sutton Hoo. The likelihood is it was someone very important who owned it, a king maybe. So these are things that are more. These aren't actual weapons. These are just decorations, aren't they?
I thought this would have been used for like execution.
No, I think the Sword of Justice. It's engraved with figures of justice and Paul. No, the German inscription refers to the thoughts of the condemned that the executioner was going through in his mind when lifting the sword. Maybe you're right, Josh. Maybe it is for chopping off someone's head. Oh God, that's gruesome. Found something interesting at last. Face track enabled. Face track enabled. Whoa, whoa. So now that I've stopped messing about, this is the wax death mask of Oliver Cromwell. After the restoration, Cromwell's body was exhumed and hung on the gallows at Tyburn by Marble Arch. Or Constitution Arch, I can't remember which one. Marble Arch, wasn't it? Yeah. So we found some interesting history at last. So we've got down here, we've got a crossbow, an ivory crossbow from 1550. So this is a hunting crossbow, and here a blunderbuss.
No, it's a grenade launcher.
Oh, a hand mortar. Wow.
Grenade launcher. So it says that.
From the 1590s. And this looks like a Spanish conquistador's helmet, this one here.
I didn't even know that.
Renaissance armours, yeah, so this is like what the conquistadors wore, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, interesting. This is the ancient Celtic cafeteria. The ancient Celtic cafeteria. So this area of the museum is all from the 19th to the 20th century. The Georgian times, Georgian and Victorian times. So I'm about to be very disrespectful to the British Museum because there are some interesting things in here. However, if you do come to the British Museum and you want to see pots, you're on to a winner because there's a lot of pots and vases. If you're looking for exciting history, there's not that much of that. But it has got the Sutton Hoo mask, which is interesting, and the Rosetta Stone and the Elgin marbles. Am I saying don't go? No, I'm not. I think you should see these things. Would I come again? Probably not. You have been watching Munchy Road Hippopotamus. Thank you for joining us in our adventures. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our channel, and tell us about any adventures that you have in the comments below. Get out there and explore your world.